morning. Welcome to new environment, online learning. It's new for everyone, I think. So we are creating history. All right, so let me check. I'm going to share my PowerPoint presentation and give you a description what we are working today. All right. Is there anyone who is not from Amritsar and Faridkot? Can you just say your name here? Because I can see there are people from other countries. You don't have to mention if you don't want, but there are people from other countries as well, and there will be a time difference. And there are people from not locally, not from Amritsar and Faridkot. That's fine. I'm just asking in case you have any issues later on, but we will cover that, okay? So well done to our team. We have delivered successfully for 2 weeks. Okay, so that's our second batch. Congratulations, because there was high demand and some people was not able to join in first batch because it was full. So that's why we have to start with another batch. This is the second batch now. And as I said, so we only want serious people who really want to learn IELTS, or maybe they really want to improve their English, okay? So no matter, but we want people. We can teach 10 people, but we don't want 100 people who are not serious, okay? So the 10 people who are serious, we will continue with them. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you homework. So if you're not doing your homework or not participating, not having any communication, and you're just sitting and watching us like a TV, then unfortunately that's for not you. But I guess if you're joining, you probably are serious in doing IELTS, okay? But as I said, in group 1 as well, there were people who just want, like, they just here for, nothing. So if you're serious, then probably you will be going through the next batches as well. So we need to, like, if we are 100, we might left with 70 or 80 or maybe 50. We will see how we go. It depends on if you are working well, doing homework and stuff, okay? This is a free session organized by our consultants in Faridkot and Amritsar. So it's just to utilize your time while you are sitting free at home, okay? Why not studying? So that's why we thought, okay, let's give them some online education, all right? We already have 2 centers, one in Faridkot and Amritsar. Currently, there are no one there because of coronavirus. So everyone knows about that. So we are utilizing, keep you updated with the stuff, all right? Obviously, it's new learning in history, all right? So I'm gonna share my presentation. If you need to ask anything, you can text us on the WhatsApp chat. Unfortunately, we can't unmute everyone because there are too many. Once we have done first session, maybe later on we have a smaller groups where everyone can participate. Maybe next week when we have a session like writing session and reading session, then you have a chance to talk, you have a chance to communicate with your teachers, okay? But not now because we are too many at the moment, all right? Same for the first session. No one was able to speak because of a lot of people participating. This is your introduction session only, and we will tell you the requirements and stuff. Let me share my screen. All right. All right, from first slide, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. I know it is difficult, it's new, but well done, you have made it. All right. Stay home, stay safe, that's a message for everyone. Online learning, there are advantages and disadvantages. So what are the advantages? Classroom engagement, dynamic learning, and instruction depth. Obviously, there are some disadvantages, technical difficulties, which we faced last week. So we try to resolve this week, all right? There's someone trying to write on whiteboard. Please don't write. I think everyone got that part. So, all right. It's more live learning sessions, live online presentations, and we also have very fun activities. I will let you know what apps you need to learn at home at your place, okay? Because it's only a couple of sessions in a week. All right, COVID-19 learning, well done, we are making history. All right, so a little bit about myself. My name is Nidhi. I'm a registered teacher in Australia, and I'm also working as a full-time teacher in public and government school. I'm a registered migration consultant. My MARA number is 1789726. I have 12 years of teaching experience, have thousands of students to achieve the desired scores in Ielts and PTE for permanent residency and student visa purpose. I know PTE is very popular, but if you learn IELTS, you can sit in any other exam. The only thing is you need to learn tricks and strategies. Once you know tricks and strategies, you can do any exam. All right, no matter if you want to prepare IELTS. Okay, if you improve your basics, like you can do any exam. I think we will discuss the other exams which are introduced recently, maybe the last session. All right. So I'm experienced in teaching students both online and face-to-face. As you know, everywhere we are delivering online sessions. In Australia also, I'm doing online, so I have pretty much good experience doing via Skype. This is Zoom app is very new. I believe in India as well, if you're from India or another country, but Zoom is very popular one these days. All our team members are qualified teachers. Personally, I'm from Amritsar. I moved here in 2011 in Australia. I have seen in India, like those who are in IELTS and PTE centers, they are not qualified to teach. So those who are from convent schools, they have a little bit good fluency, they start teaching in centers. But what basically we need those who actually know the structure, how to achieve from band 5 to band 6 and band 6 to 7. But no one actually tell you what's wrong with your writing, what's wrong, what strategies you need to put into your writing in order to score that. So we are happy to help you with that. We will go through that strategies, all right, over the next 4 weeks. So as you know, this is for 1 month free learning, all right. All right, so today's agenda, I'm gonna give presentation. I assume that maybe most of you don't know about what IELTS is. Maybe some of you know it, or maybe someone already have done IELTS and they are aiming for higher achieve score, all right? But we don't know at the moment, but we will ask you maybe later on whose agenda is to score 7 or 8, all right? So after me, Miss Susanna will be talking on speaking, vocabulary building, and there will be some exciting announcements. Then Miss Ajit, she will be doing listening. Mr. R.K. Sharma, topic on writing. Then Miss Gulshin, she will be doing reading. Miss Jade, and then there's next 9 and terms. I will do overall. I can teach any topic, all right? So same for other teachers, but we divide into group because there are a lot of people, and it's easier if one teacher teach one particular skill. But I can do everything. Ajit ma'am can also do writing, but we have divided at the moment the teacher's role and description, all right? About free IELTS. We will conduct 5 days online session, everyone on WhatsApp now. We will send you online homework, which you need to submit before you join your next class. For example, tomorrow we will send you homework for maybe, say, reading. You need to finish your homework, submit it, and next day you have your reading class where a teacher will discuss homework with you, all right? That's compulsory. Obviously, we can't learn without doing homework, okay? We can't learn IELTS in 1 hour session. You have to put some efforts, all right? International teachers will be teaching. Obviously, I'm from Australia. There will be Susanna after I will introduce soon, and she will be giving introduction. All right. So she will be doing speaking, which is good. You know, in us, the speaking, whenever you do listening, even the speaking, you should face someone who actually the international speaker. Okay. So that's why one of the teacher who is doing speaking is from Australia. All right. So she will be coming after me. We will conduct mock tests once in a month, and we will give you a IELTS score. For example, you get reading, writing, listening, speaking under test circumstances. Once lockdown is over, we will do in our centers, but it's until we have lockdown, we will send you the material, you finish your task, submit us, and we will tell you what score you have. Detailed feedback on each module, and if you got, for example, 6 band or 5 band, we will give you feedback why you have 5, what you need to do to get 6 or 7, All right. Unlike other centers, they don't tell you how to improve, but I'm not confident, maybe some. All right. I don't want to describe names of the centers, but yeah. Once lockdown is over, we will conduct face-to-face teaching in our centers, plus international teacher will continue to teach online, all right? So they have our ongoing employee, so they will continue to teach, all right? Even if you are on one of the centers in Faridkot, Amritsar, we will conduct online session. That will be continued. If you're not from Amritsar or Faridkot, or someone, maybe someone from maybe Batala, or they are unable to attend, we will still have online classes, okay? For who do not live locally, I think I already said that we will deliver online sessions. So what we need for this session, make sure everyone have notebook and pen and pencil. So if you want to make notes, please make notes as we go, because otherwise it will be difficult for you to revise at the end, all right? I believe there are many people who are new and who don't know about IELTS, so it's very important that you are taking notes, all right? All right. So understanding IELTS, what IELTS is, an introduction. All right, so IELTS is an international English language testing system. Language testing system. There are another test, PTE and TOEFL, depending on your interest. All right. English test. All right. IELTS or PTE, they testing your English. Okay. Department of Immigration or university. You must work to score that. So this is the criteria. So the band score for IELTS starts from 9. That's expert user. I believe it's really hard to achieve 9. Then it's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. If you are 5, you are modest user. Competent user is 6, good user 7, and very good user is 8. Okay. So if you want to migrate, really migrate, I will suggest you should aim for good user, which is band 7, a very good user. If you want to get some good job in getting into getting into different country is not hard, but hardest part is get permanent residency. So if your English command is good and you aim for higher score, you have no difficulty in getting your other permanent residency, etc. Okay, so aim for higher. All right, I don't know why my screen is gone. Let me share it again. All right, it's here. All right, IELTS test modules. All candidates must complete 4 modules. They are listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Version of test, academic and journal. But today we're gonna focus on academic. We believe most of you want academic as per our instructions from group. I think we asked people and most of them said academic. Okay, so we will focusing on academic only. Reading and writing modules are different on both versions. So there will be a speaking test. I don't want to go in detail, but there are 3 sections on reading. The first section take form of interview, during which candidate may ask about their hobbies, interests, reasons for taking IELTS exam. I think detail will be given by speaking teacher, I guess. Then there is a listening. There are 4 sections with increasing difficulty. The first one is easy. The last one is a bit hard. Then reading and writing. The most difficult one people say is writing. It's really hard to get good scores in writings. And reading if you're not good reader. I'm not sure which schools are you from, but in India, I guess we don't focus much on reading like in other speaking countries. People read every day. Okay, if you read every day, probably you will have no difficulties in reading. If you're not reading every day, I suggest to start reading from today. All right, maybe English newspaper or maybe magazines or whatever is your interest, latest news, New York Times, there's I think Hindustan Times and stuff. Have a look on whatever is available. Start reading from today. Test duration, speaking 11 to 15 minutes, listening 40 minutes, reading 60 minutes, writing 60 minutes. So it's a big test. I think I will go with this one later on. I will give you exciting news after Susanna. Okay, Susanna is here, so I'm gonna stop sharing screen. I will introduce you to our speaking teacher, Susanna. I think she's here. So, Susanna, over to you.
Hello, can you hear me? Yes?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to start with my presentation. I just want to share my presentation. Well, okay, first of all, here I have a brief presentation. I'm going to teach speaking. First of all, my name is Susana, and I will be working with the students during this month, teaching different strategies and tips to help you to get a great score in your speaking test, basically. I have been teaching English as a second language for more than 6 years in different countries, and I have also a bachelor degree and a master degree in second language teaching. Well, here you have also information about my age. I am 34 years old. I speak two languages, English and Spanish. About my hobbies, I love traveling, reading, and biking mostly. I'm currently living in Australia, teaching and traveling. And I consider myself a very sociable, talkative, and I love teaching, of course. So basically, this is my profile or personal information. And during this module, I'm going to teach speaking. As you know, the speaking part is developed in 3 parts, 3 sessions, basically. As we already said, the speaking part is divided in the part number 1, that you will be answer questions about yourself. Part number 2 and part number 3, you will speak about a topic. And in part number 3, you have a discussion about the topic introduced in the part number 2. So this is the part that we have to focus on learning basically key words and key expressions in order that you can get a great score. So that's basically, and I don't know if you have any other questions.
All right, Susanna. If you have, I think we can't see your presentation screen on speaking parts. Maybe what we can do is, if you want to share, if you have in front of you, you can tell them what parts and what it is, like for another 5 minutes, and then we switch to next person if it is ready in your presentation. Yeah.
Okay.
This.
Yes.
Yeah. So you just stop for 1-2 minutes, and then we will over to next person. All right.
Okay. Well, I'm going to explain basically. Here we have the speaking test that it says basically in the part number 1, it's an informal interview. And the questions are going to be mostly focused and tell me about yourself, about your family, work, study, or hobbies. That is just 4 to 5 minutes. Then in the part number 2, you will be given a topic and you will have 1 minute to prepare to develop some ideas. And then you will have to speak, so you will not be interrupted during this time. So it's important that you keep talking. The examiner then is going to ask you 1 or 2 questions on the same topic. Finally, in the part number 3, you will have a longer discussion based on the topic, based on the part number 2. And of course, the examiner will ask you further questions concerning to that part number 2, basically. You will speak approximately for 4 to 5 minutes in the last part. So it's going to be to 11 and 14 minutes in total. It's important also that you know that in the speaking test, you will be assessed on these items that are fluency, coherence, pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar. So what we are going to do in our first class, of course, is to develop some strategies to learn new vocabulary, especially linking words that are very important to promote coherence in the part number 2 and part number 3 of your speaking test. Grammar also is very important. So as a summary, it's important that you know some concepts, about fluency and coherence. It's the ability to continue talking about a topic in a smooth and organized way. So that's why it's very important to develop the correct use of linking words, especially that your message can be understood by the examiner. The pronunciation also is very important to be understood easily. The vocabulary, it's the ability to use words and phrases appropriately, and the grammar, to use a wide range of grammar structure to communicate clearly. So how are we going to practice? Basically, we are going to design material in order that you can interact during the classes. And first, we are going to start with the part number 1, in order that you can introduce yourself and you can discuss different topics. Part number 2 and part number 3, that mostly is to develop a discussion with the examiner and focus on the message that you are going to provide. So it's important that also during the presentations that we are going to have, and I'm going to ask you to participate, you can record yourself in order to check your pronunciation beforehand. That's basically, I don't know if you have more questions about the speaking part.
All right, Susanna, I think when we have a classes from next week, they will ask question. At the moment, we are too many people, so
Okay.
we are unable to unmute any of the students because there are more than 65 students at the moment. All right.
Okay.
So thank you, Susanna. I will continue my presentation. If you want, you can stay here and I will continue. If you want to leave, you can. All right. Thank you. Students will meet you next week. We will make a timetable for them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Susanna, I think your screen, okay, that's gone. All right, so I will continue. As I said, we're gonna make some offers today before we introduce with other teachers. Let me share my screen again. All right, already done this. All right, so excited news, no application fees for offer letters for those who wish to pursue study in Canada. Free student visa for Australia. This is for our current, those who enrolled in IELTS, okay? Not for everyone, but those who are also our IELTS student. We are associated with more than 500 universities and colleges in Australia, Canada, USA, and many more. No consultation fees for migration purposes. Free IELTS test booking. That's the excited one. It costs 10,000 or 15,000 Indian rupees, I guess. And it's for only people, those who are attending classes regularly, do homework, and are in top 3 positions in upcoming mock tests. So we will conduct some mock tests, and those who are top 3, we will book their free IELTS, okay? And that's good news. Scholarships up to 20,000 for foreign students who apply from our agent. So obviously, if you are high achiever student in your year 12, or there are some criteria which you need to pass to get some scholarship, okay? But there are some scholarships available. Offer is valid until December 2020, which is this year. We don't know how long the lockdown going on. In India, I think still the virus is not controlled at the moment. So I'm expecting it's more than a month, all right? So finger crossed. I think she already done. All right, so next one is if you are our top 10 IELTS students, we will also offer you vouchers for free 1-month face-to-face teaching sessions in Faridkot and Amritsar, okay? Now, apply for conditional offer letters for any country. If you already decided you want to pursue your study in maybe Australia or Canada, you can apply for conditional offer letters. So what it means is we already get the letter from the university or college which you want to study, and while you're still waiting for your year 12 results. I know there are people who are year 12 and they're waiting for their results, or I think there were some cancellations and stuff. I don't know what's going on, but if you're still waiting or you're in year 12, we can apply for conditional offer letter. If you need more information, you can WhatsApp. Okay, hope you have a great time. I think the next one is now Miss Ajit. She's gonna talk about listening. And meanwhile, if you have any question, you don't understand any of the thing, you can either do the chat message, which is on your side, or you can WhatsApp later on, okay? Don't stress. Good luck.
Okay. Thank you, Nidhi ma'am, for the information, quality information for the students. Now here I am. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, all the dear students. Myself, Ajit Kaur, and I will be taking you through the listening module today and in the upcoming month also. Okay, so let me share the screen for a short PPT that I have prepared for the introduction session today. All right. I hope everyone can see the screen. So first I would like to tell you something about me. Myself, Ajit Kaur. I am qualified IELTS trainer. I'm flexible with all the modules, but here I would be taking your listening module. So I have 2 years of teaching experience. I have helped many students achieve their goal of clearing IELTS as well as becoming proficient in the language. Okay, as I already told, I would be guiding you for the listening module in these classes. So let's take a look over the listening module format. I know some of you are already aware of this, but some of you are new, so we have to just see it once. So IELTS listening test is made to assess your listening abilities. As the name clarifies itself, this module is the same for academic and journal IELTS. And the number of sections in this module is 4. Total number of questions would be 40, means there would be 10 questions in each section. Now, as regards the time allowed would be 40 minutes, 30 minutes for the audio, 30 minutes you will have to listen the audio. Then you have 10 minutes for transferring your answers to your final answer sheet. And it is the only module where you get extra time for transferring your answers. So it makes it easier for you to revise your answers, okay, and utilize the time you got. So IELTS listening consists of 4 sections. Now I'll briefly tell you about all the 4 sections. So section one is the easiest, the simplest of them all. Here we have a conversation between 2 speakers. Okay, here we have a short illustration, like a pictorial illustration. You can see 2 ladies are standing at a cloth store, and the customer asks, no, the shopkeeper asks, do you like this jacket? The customer replies, yes. Have you got it in a medium size? Okay, so now they will have a conversation related to the topic, to the jacket. She will say, no, we don't have medium, but we have exercise XL. Then she says, sorry, I want this. You have fill-ups according to that. What does she want? What is she interested in? Etc. etc. So it is a simple section. Now let's come to section 2. So section 2 is a monologue. What do you mean by monologue? Monologue means there would be only one speaker, and it will be about everyday situations. Section 1 and section 2 both would be about everyday situations. They will not be academic. They don't have academic background, so these are the easiest. Okay. In section 2 also, speaker talks quite slowly and makes less pauses than in the previous section. So section 2 is also easy, but it is a little tough than section 1. Here we have examples. Let's see a few examples. It includes information for potential buyers about new built flats, radio interview, about lake resort, advertisement, etc. Okay, so in section 2, we have to focus only on the given facts. Here we have a pictorial illustration. So it is about new built flats. Advertisement is going on radio. So they are telling low prices, excellent location, free parking. So this type of information would be given in section 2. So now let's quickly jump to section 3. So section 3 has educational or training background. Okay, so it would be based on education or training or anything related to study, means it would be a little complex, and there would be 2, 3 or 4 speakers. Fine, so it would be confusing. This section is harder than the 2 previous speakers. Okay, speakers discuss topics at a faster pace. Pace means speed. The speed would be faster, and sometimes advanced vocabulary would be used. Examples are students talking about a class assignment, people discussing professors' academic speech, etc. So in section 3, we have to focus on given facts and speakers' opinions and attitudes. Here we have an example for you. So here a student is asking, "Hi, I am a new student." And the teacher says, "Hi, how can I help you?" Now they're going to have, sorry, they're going to have an student would ask. Probably it would be related to a project or a class assignment, etc. Okay, let's now see section 4. Section 4 is a monologue on academic subject. Monologue means one speaker. So in section 4 also we're going to have only one speaker, and it would be excuse me for my throat. Okay, and here it would be on academic subject only. It is the most difficult section. So section 4 is most difficult. There is no break in the middle. The speaker talks quite slowly, quite quickly, and uses a wide range of vocabulary. Examples: lecture about endangered species, talk on bringing up children, speech about global warming effects, etc. So in section 4, usually the speeches or articles would be there related to a particular subject, so it is tougher. Here we have an example, section 4 illustration. It is about global warming. Global warming has become a critical problem nowadays. Now we'll hear, however, they may be new types, but they would be similar to these ones. So some of the type of questions are multiple choice, short answer questions, sentence completion, notes, summary, plan, diagram, table or chart completion, labeling a diagram, classification, matching, etc. Let's now see listening tips and tricks. Here we have initial step. So what is the initial step that we need to follow for scoring good in IELTS? Listening part. Here we have familiarizing yourself with the international accents for improving the flexibility in the language. So you need to have a view of international accents. For instance, British and American accents vary to a great deal, and so does the Australian. So now in our classes we have two Australian teachers. You can clearly see how their accent varies as from us. We are speaking in a different way. So Zena ma'am is dealing in a different way. Here we have examples. For this, you can improve the listening skills by actively watching your favorite English TV shows, listening and translate English songs, watching YouTube videos, or listening to the English radio. Fine. Next step is staying focused. So staying focused means attentive. Concentration is the key to success in the listening module. You need to understand that each question carries equal marks. So even if you miss an answer or you're doubtful about it, just just leave it for short review at the end, and you just need to move further. Fine. Okay, last two instructions. Never underestimate instructions. When it comes to instructions, the most important is the word limit. Example, let's suppose the instruction says no more than 2 words and or a number. We usually have these type of word limits. What does this mean? What do you mean by and or a number? So let's see. There can be 4 type of answers for this. So this strictly means, first question we're answering now. This strictly means that the word limit shall not exceed 2 words. However, the answer can be of 1 word also. So what information have we got from this? The answer can be of 1 word also. It can be of 2 word also. Now we see why and slash or is written. So meaning of and or. This answer can be 2 words and 1 word, or the answer can be 1 word only. Means if we take and option, so it means the answer can be 1 word, 2 words plus a number. Clear? And if we are taking or, or a number. Only one number, say 1, 2, 3, it can be the answer also. So we have 4 types of answers according to this one word limit. Okay, last but not the least, please try to transfer your answers in capital letters to avoid any confusion so that it makes it easier for computer to recognize the words. Clear? You can transfer in lowercase letters also, but you make sure that consistency is there. If you have done all in capital, all should be in capital. If all are in lowercase, all should be in lowercase only. So that's it. I hope everyone is clear.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. If anyone has any kind of question or doubt,
I think, yeah, there are people, I think Manpreet Kaur, Kiran and Dava, and there are 3 people who are raising hand. If you still have question, I'm going to unmute you.
Okay, I'm unmuting Manpreet Kaur for a moment.
Okay, that's fine. Because if maybe it's by accident, we don't know. We can just ask. If they have any questions, we can have a chat, quick chat.
Manpreet Kaur, we are unmuting you. Please accept it. I don't think she has a, I don't think she has any problem. So let's now move to Kiran Randhawa. Kiran Randhawa, we are unmuting you. Please speak up. Hello, Kiran, are you listening?
It may be because they're just trying their screen. If you're trying your screen, maybe it's by accident, because I know it's new and everyone want to try. Some people trying something else and they don't know. So if you raise your hand, what it means, you're asking questions to your teachers. As I said, in this session, we might not take you a lot of questions, okay? We can take your questions when we actually start our lessons. This is our introduction session, which means you're gonna see your teachers and see how we're gonna make the learning happen. Okay, it's going really well for last 2 weeks and it's new for everyone and you will get used to it in a week. Okay, so that's fine. If you by accidentally raise hand, if you have your question, please type here so that we unmute you. Okay, I'm not looking at raising hand, so I will give you 30 seconds. Anyone want to ask question, just say yes on the messages so we can talk. Otherwise we will keep going with the session.
Students, this was only just an introduction session today. If you have any queries or anything related to listening module you want to ask, we can clear it in the next class also. Okay. Someone is asking to pardon the last part that I told, Prabjot Kaur. I think about the word limit, you are confused. So I think today we have less time. So sorry for that. In the next class, I'll surely make that clear to you again. And we'll see all the examples once again to clarify the concepts. And also we'll practice a listening assignment. So I think it's okay for today.
Yes, so I think so, because next week you're going to have a practice session of everything. So we will give you reading. We also give you listening, speaking, and then you have better idea. Okay.
Okay. Mamta Sharma, she is typing that can we get the presentation? Yes, of course. If we join our classes, we'll add you to final group of our classes and all the teachers would send you the presentations, the homework, every material required for you in that group itself.
Yeah, definitely you will get material. Yep. Thank you. Who is the next one?
Thank you. Have a nice day, everyone.
Thank you. Is that reading teacher? I'm waiting for the next teacher. I think that's, let me check.
Nidhi?
Yes.
Hello, it's me, not,
okay.
I will not be taking the reading module.
Okay, so it's writing. Okay, that's fine. Because Ajit ma'am forgot to state that.
Okay.
That's all right.
Thank you, Nidhi, and thank you, Ajit. I will be, it's a great occasion again, and it is something, a very good news for all the students that we are starting with a new batch. Those are the fresher one, and because already we have started with the online classes about 2 weeks ago, and because we are having a very overwhelming response from the students, so the number of students, number of participants has increased a lot. That's why we have to start with this new batch, and I hope that the students will be benefited a lot from those online classes. And now, can I share the screen now?
Yes, sir, you can.
Is it visible? Screen is visible to everyone?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Okay.
It's
Is it?
visible now. Yep,
It is
all
visible
good.
now. Okay.
Yep.
Now, again, I wish good afternoon to everybody, to all the students, and we are starting with the IELTS online classes. This is our batch 2, it's our second batch. As I have already told you that we are having an overwhelming response from the students in the previous batches. That's why we have started with a new batch, and I do feel that this new batch will also be equally benefited by those online classes. As far as the number of participants, I was just going through that the number of participants is quite large here. It is more than 62 participants at present. And but those things I will not discuss. I will start with uh, my intro first, and then I will be starting with the assignment which I have been given, that is about the writing module. Let me tell you something about myself. As far as I am concerned, my name is Radhakrishnan Sharma, and I am in this profession of teaching for the last about 30 years. And I have got a very diversified experience in teaching, and this includes administrative experience. I have been working as a certified coaching professional since 2005, and I specialize in helping people, especially students, in identifying and achieving their personal goals by coping with the issues that are causing distress, anxiety, and stress. Because the same situation is at present, which is going on because of due to lockdown, and the students are feeling a more stressed nowadays, because they are quite very much worried about their future and about their how they will be able to pursue their education in an environment where the classes are not going on in schools and colleges. So that's why we have gone for an alternative program. I take pride in the progress and success of my students and look forward in helping them. I'm here to help you achieve a more positive outlook on life, and I will be providing you with all the tools necessary to get you there. Let me help you learn and develop better ways to handle the issues that are standing in the ways of your goals. Especially, I will be uh, going with this program, especially those students who just want to go for studies abroad. And for this, the type of test which is required, that is the IELTS program, I will be actually taking the classes of the writing module. Now, before I'm not going to discuss all those things at present. I will be switching over to the writing module. This is This is the class, this is the module that I will be sharing with you. Now, as far as the writing module is concerned, it is a very important module, and this module is same uh, for all the students, but as far as it is quite different as far as because we are having two versions of IELTS program. One is the journal, another is academic one. And now next slide, writing module, general training writing module and academic writing module. As far as the general training writing module, that is not meant for the students, those who are going abroad, but still I will be in brief, I am going to tell you that this writing module is required for those who just want to go abroad on PR basis or on work permit or for certain works for this condition is required that they must have passed the general training module. So this is only for those type of students. Now, because majority of the students, those who are joining our IELTS program, our online classes, they are actually the students, and therefore I will be focusing on academic module. Now, academic writing module, normally this module, the time duration for this module is 60 minutes, and this module consists of two tasks. Task one, in the task one, the candidate will be presented with a graph, table, chart, or diagram and asked to describe or summarize or explain the information in his or her own words. Now, as far as the academic module is concerned, you might have come across with those type of that type of information in your junior classes also, because in junior classes those students, those who have passed their second exam, they might have read in mathematics the statistics part in mathematics, and they may have come across the graphs, tables, chart, or diagram. But here is nothing to solve a mathematical question, but you have to describe the information, what is there depicted in the graphs, table, chart, diagrams, etc. And you have to describe, summarize, explain the information in your own words. Now, as far as this task is concerned, whenever you are describing this task, you are only left with only 20 minutes. You should not exceed the time limit of 20 minutes. If you are exceeding the time limit of 20 minutes, ultimately the task 2 will suffer. So important thing on the students' part is that they have to finish this task within the time limit of 20 minutes. And you have to describe the assignment or the task 1, whether it is a graph, table, chart, or diagram, in at least 150 words. The word limit may, you can on your part, the word limit should be over 150 words as far as I am concerned, but it should not be least than 150 words. So important as far as those tasks is concerned in writing, you have to focus on in a very logical manner. You have to explain the whole information. We will be in the following lectures, we will be telling you, we will be explaining you, we will be giving you the tips how to solve the task 1, how to go in for the solution of task 1. Now, as far as the task 2 is concerned, task 2 deals with a normal, it is a normal task, and the students in their junior classes, also have attempted those type of topics in the form of essay writing and whatsoever it is. Now, you are given a topic to write about an academic or semi-formal or neutral style of essay. They are asked to write at least 2 to 50 words. For this, they should spend not more than 40 minutes to complete this task. Now, as far as the task 2 is concerned, the task is very simple one. But ultimately, as far as the key to success for every examination, that is a lot of practice on the part of the students. Unless you go in for a lot of practice, writing practice on the part of the students, you will not be able to score a higher band in the IELTS exam. Now, as far as it is concerned, in the task 2 and task 1, what you have to do is whenever the task is given to you, home task is given to you, just go in for that home task, do the writing properly, and ultimately, as far as we are concerned, we will be evaluating and assessing your copies, your whatever you have written on the topic, and ultimately we will be checking it online. Whatever the topic you have written, we will be checking it and ultimately evaluating and making an assessment about you. So it is something a new one, but every student must try and participate in this program. Because once you are participating in the beginning, some students may be feeling difficulty, but it's very simple and ultimately it will bring a lot of confidence in you. So as far as from my side is concerned, from my end is concerned, I will be helping you a lot in this writing skills in the coming lectures, in the coming next classes, in this weekly classes, which is coming week classes. I will be helping you with the tips. What are the tips to be given in writing, and how can you score a good band in writing module? So from my side, it's over to Nidhi. Thank you and have a nice day.
Please unmute your.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I think that's Gulshin ma'am next one. I hope everyone is enjoying and everyone getting the information is helpful. So in coming weeks, we probably ask you your feedback or you are after some particular score, because at the moment we consider everyone is at the same boat, so we don't know if someone is looking for 7 band, 8 band, or they're just looking for 6 bands. Okay, so we will divide the group in according to what band they're after. All right, some people already have maybe good skills of English, all right, and they say, oh, they already know this, but we don't know at this stage because it's the first session. Maybe some people are struggling and they don't know anything about it, and some people are good in it. All right, so we will divide group later on. Next week we will ask you, or you can also text us, all right, on WhatsApp message. Okay, sir, I'm already aware of it. I'm after maybe just speaking lesson or listening lesson. It's up to you. All right, every week we have all the sessions. And now Gulshin ma'am.
Thank you, Nidhi ma'am. Okay, good afternoon, students. I'm going to deal with reading part, and here I'm going to share my screen for presentation. Just wait a minute. So we are going to do introduction for reading part. And this is about my personal details. Myself, Gulshinko, and I have 3 years of experience in teaching IELTS. And I will teach you skills to overcome your reading fear and help you to attain optimal scores in the reading part. Okay, so now we will move to reading, that is academic reading. So you will get 40 questions that you have to complete within a 60 minutes, and you have to transfer your answers to answer sheets. Obviously, you have to transfer your answers in a capital letter so that there should be no mistake while writing answers. And in the reading, there will be 3 passages that are full length passages, and these passages are taken from newspaper and the magazine. So now we are going to talk about types and the forms of the reading. So there are 12 forms of the reading, like fill-ups, list of headings, short answer questions, matching sentence endings, matching features, multiple choice questions, true false not given, identify writer views or claims, flowchart completion, and labeling diagrams. So all these we will discuss in our reading class, which we will have in the next week. Then we go to next slide, that is 5W. We have to keep in mind that while doing reading, like what is passage about, what, like we can say that what title of the passage, and who is passage about. We are talking about a person. When are things taking place? Obviously that are time, we are talking about a time. And where it is happening, we have to keep in mind where like exactly what place they are talking about and why it is important. We have to keep these things in our mind while doing reading part. So now we will talk to now we will talk about skills. The first skill is using first paragraph. We have to keep these skills in the mind. Like in the first 1 to 2 lines, we have to think about the topic sentence. It will give information about topic, what exactly author has described in the text. And in the middle of the part, you will get a definition of the topic. And the last part, you can see that they are given organizational clues. We can say that it is a sporting ideas or sporting views for the front part. Okay, so this is the first skill that we have to keep in our mind. Okay, so now we move to skill part 2, that is vocabulary. You have to keep in the mind that what exactly vocab is given in the text part and what vocab is given in the question part. So obviously synonyms are also given that we will discuss in a detail in the next classes. Connectors are given, and grammar part we have to keep in our mind while doing reading. So these all things are about skills. The next part is strategies. The first strategies is that do not read everything. You have to skim and scan the things which are necessary for you according to a question part. You have to prioritize the things that what what do you need to read thoroughly and what you can scan from the text. The third strategy is understand the concept. You have to look for the ideas and the arguments rather than just reading the facts. You have to pick that information from the text part. Then comes the fourth part, hierarchies of importance. You have to listen to the arguments, you have to listen, also you have to read the arguments, what author is trying to say about the fact that they have mentioned in the text part. Then you have to underline the description part, which includes names, dates, or we can say that it's researches or any other things. Then last strategy come is leave enough time at the end so that we can review the things which we have left at the back. We have to which question we left at the back, we have to clear that part also. So you have to leave enough time. We can say that we have to leave 5 to 10 minutes at the end that you can review the all things at the end. Okay, so these all things you have to keep while doing reading. Then come example of one type of reading, that is a multiple choice question. Here it is given a example, satisfaction survey. Okay, so here it is a question and these are options for the survey part. So these are the tricks, like only there will be only one character, one option from the these things. Okay, and you have obviously the like examiner will put the similar words as to distract you from choosing one correct answer. You have to make a differentiate between 2 to 3 options, and these options will be given in the text part one after another. You have to talk about. Okay, so then comes, so this is all about a reading that I made a presentation on, and we will discuss detail in our next class. So here it is. Now I switch to Nidhi ma'am.
Thank you, Gulshin ma'am. I think we have the last one now with Jeet ma'am. Before I switch to her, is there anyone have any questions? You can type up there or raise hand. That's fine. I think all going good. As I said again, the timetable will be issued by tomorrow. Then you know what you're expecting on Monday, what you're expecting on Tuesday. So you will be busy for a whole week, okay? And you will utilize your time while you're on lockdown, okay? The last one is Jeet ma'am. If you're there, you can start.
Hello. Sorry, my net was disconnected. Yeah, hi, all the students, and good afternoon. Here I am going my screen. Your hands. Allow me to introduce myself. My
Jeet ma'am, we can't see your screen.
name is Jeet Virdi. I have completed MBA and okay, 1 second.
So guys, this is a problem, technical issues when we are online. That's fine.
Okay.
I think we can see now.
So first of all, allow me to introduce myself. Yeah, my name is Jeet Virdi.
Nitish, she is
I'm
having
from
somewhat
Amritsar.
internet problem.
I have completed my MBA and I am doing job with China Migration Consultants and my to their study according to the stream. And so you guys can listen me properly or not? Can I continue with my introduction?
Yes, yes, yes. All good.
Okay, fine. Okay, thank you, Nidhi ma'am. Okay, so I was talking about my duties. I help the students to choose
Jeet ma'am, I think that's your internet. Your voice is breaking.
their courses according to their study, according to the streams, and I help them to prepare their visa application. It is working very fine.
Okay, Jeet ma'am, I think so. There's a network issue. I think she's gonna give you information on the new test. All right. So there's one more test, and there are certain universities which are accepting the test. I think we can't hear Jeet ma'am at the moment. I think she got some issues with her internet. Jeet ma'am, can you talk?
Hello. Yeah, hello. Can you hear
Yeah.
me now?
Yeah. So you can start with your
Yeah,
the
I
test
I
information.
am
Next
going
slide.
to start. Yeah, I am going
No,
to
don't
start.
say this again because everyone can see this. So next slide, I think. Your new information on the test. The
Yeah,
next
yeah, yeah,
slide.
yeah. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
Just give me a minute. I think there is again internet problem. So, as we all know, in this time of COVID-19 crisis, when students are not able to give the English language proficiency exam in the test center, we are introducing a new test about Duolingo English test. So here I want to tell you what is Duolingo. This is a English proficiency test that fulfills admission requirements for international applicants at many universities in the US, Canada, New Zealand, Ireland, and UK. For graduate and undergraduate level, Duolingo English test is accepting by all the institutions, and near about 1,000 universities are accepting. And also in Canada, there are many institutions accepting Duolingo test, and you can take this test anytime, anywhere at your home. And I want to tell you the cost of this test is only $49. So the duration of this test is 1 hour, and you will get your result only in 2 days. And you can share your result online to the number of institutions. And the validity of this test, if we talk about the validity, it is valid for 2 years. And a student can take this Duolingo test many times if they fail to pass the test. Basically, you can take this test in a month twice, in 30 days twicely. You can apply for your offer letter in Canada instead of TOEFL and IELTS with Duolingo test. You can apply for September intake, and we have a list of Canadian institutions who are accepting Duolingo test.
Jeet ma'am, if you want to share screen,
And
can you do it now?
Screen share.
here is a comparison with IELTS of Duolingo test. Can you see my screen right now?
Yes, now can. That's
Okay.
fine. We're here already, so that's fine. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Sorry, it was just an internet problem.
I
Okay,
know.
so there is a score comparison with IELTS, Duolingo score with IELTS bands. If a student got 75 to 80 score, then it will be equivalent to 5 IELTS band. And if a student got 85 to 90, then it will equivalent to 5.5 bands with IELTS. Okay, so I just want to show you the number of institutions in Canada who are accepting Duolingo test. Okay. And I again want to tell you the validity of this test is 2 years. And you can take this test many times if you fail to pass the test through the internet. But you need to pay your fees, $49 again. And basically, you can give your test twice in a month. And very soon we are coming with Duolingo classes also for you guys. So I just want to tell you which student want to apply through our consultancy, as Nidhi ma'am already told you. And our consultancy fees is free of cost. You no need to give any consultancy fees if you apply through our consultancy. So that's all. Thank you. Listen me carefully. And sorry, the internet connection was very low. That's why we faced the problem. Thank you so much. Nidhi ma'am, please unmute your voice.
All right. I think that's the only problem when we're using internet.
Yeah.
So there are issues. Sometimes we forgot to do unmute. And it's new for everyone. Same for you guys. You will get used to it maybe in a week. It's very hard in the beginning when you're learning something like this. So for after first week, you will see that this is better option as well. For people who don't want to travel far, you can save your petrol. And also, as I said, if you continue like this, maybe even if the lockdown is open, we will continue our online classes, or you can join our centers in Fleetwood, Amritsar. So as I said, we're gonna post the timetable. Maybe we will give you some homework beforehand, which you can do it, and then next day you will just have a session, because then only it will be beneficial. You do some work and then you join the class. All right, then it will be beneficial for you, and that's how you will learn. All right. And I can see there are people who are listening carefully. Thank you for that. Thank you for joining us today. Is there anyone who want to talk? You can type up here. We can have a discussion, any feedback, if you're comfortable talking. If not, that's fine. Maybe on WhatsApp. No one have any questions? Is that helpful? Okay, so I think, all right, Harleen Kaur. All right, I'm gonna unmute you. All right. You, so if you wanna ask
Hello
something.
everyone. Hello ma'am. I really
Hello.
enjoyed the class. I think it is very much beneficial for us. While sitting at home, we'll get, every tips and all. I'm so much glad to listen. Every teacher spoke very well. The communication was very good. And thank you for conducting this for us. Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you to you. That's why I said to unmute.
Okay, thank you, Harleen. Thank you for feedback. It will help for the teachers because they're putting so much efforts on that. And
Effort,
as I
yeah,
said, that's the
that's
main thing.
why I decided to raise the hand, because they are putting so much effort for us. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you
Thank
all
you
the
so much.
teachers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else have any questions? Otherwise, we're going to conclude today's lesson, and soon you will get the information for lessons. All right. And just trust me, these are very helpful if you have one-on-one. So we will try to make a smaller group as well so that everyone can interact. For example, with Susanna, she is from here. She will try to ask you questions, then you have to come up with the answer. Those, maybe some people are shy, especially some girls, I can see. You can always request us if you don't want to show your video. That's fine. It's not like compulsory, but we want to see you so that we actually know this is a classroom environment and we can see and people are participating. Otherwise, it's boring for us as well. If you don't see anyone responding, we can't see faces, it's really hard for us. But for the girls, sometimes they're not comfortable. You can always tell us, all right? And you don't have to show your video. But make sure you're doing your work and you also interacting maybe by text message so that we actually know someone is sitting there. All right, because of there's a security issues as well. So we make sure, that's why we're asking for IDs and we want to see if there's actual person. And because it's online and there are a lot of things happening online, so we don't want the issues in our classes, all right? So that's why we want to see people and we want to see they are real people who are listening us. So this is the only reason when we say, okay, put your video on. And the girls, especially if you don't want to show, that's fine. Just let us know. You can just always stop your video, all right? But make sure you are listening and you're attentive, asking question. But we will consider that. Always feel free to text us. Anything else? Anyone else? Otherwise, we're going to conclude today's lesson and thank you for taking time to join us.